Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I'm with Simon Bradbury, and we're doing a series of videos on how Simon and Thomas Morris improved their conversion rate from 32%, 33% up to over 50%. And we're doing a series of stepped videos about how Simon looked at what was happening in his seven office operation of Thomas Morris in Cambridgeshire, and the journey that he's taken his 20 valuers through. And so far it's been absolutely exceptional. What I'd like to do in stage 4 is talk about the reason why you felt you needed to bring a new presentation folder and flip screen, or how. Talk to me a bit about that.
Okay, well, I think one of the most depressing phrases in business and probably in life in general is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
I've never, ever, ever agreed with that particular phrase. In my view, if it needs improving, improve it. And we at Thomas Morris, up until the middle of the year, had been using a set of presentation visuals, printed visuals, that our valuers...
One of those?
Yes, one of those.
Hello.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, you might laugh, but frankly, that had been used effectively, I believe, by us. And I
I
think...
had one 23 years ago.
Yeah.
It was in colour as well.
Wow, very impressive, very techy. And I think that's the way that a good... I mean, it surprises me how many estate agents don't use any visual presentations anyway. But we decided if the men and women that work for Thomas Morris were open enough and vulnerable enough to say, yeah, let's see what we can do to improve.
We talked about that in a previous video.
Yeah, very, very impressive. We felt that there was a responsibility on our part to be able to provide them with some new support material to be able to convey the proposition that we were putting to our vendors.
So let me guess, you've got a new printed book with lots of pictures saying we are brilliant and our willies are this big.
No, we didn't. But
what did you do?
Putting Willie size to one side, genuinely, I'll share with you what we did in a moment, but I don't want people to think, oh, we've got to go down necessarily a tech route. This would be my advice for this stage. Just simply review the presentation material that you're using to vendors when you're in their front living room. Just simply review it. If you decide that you like the printed way of presenting stuff, absolutely fine. But I think you might be surprised, certainly I was, and disappointed at the sort of stuff we were saying, which frankly was the same sort of stuff we were saying in the same presentation materials we were using 4 or 5 years ago. What the route we decided to go down, and this isn't a plug for any particular company, but we came across a company called Akaboom.
Okay.
Yeah. And what Akaboom do is a number of things, but they basically offer a digital presentation system enabling you to very succinctly and in a very impressive way put across the proposition that you have as an estate agent, put across the background research that you've done, and really convey the message in a nice, sharp, punchy way.
So it's just not it's not a PowerPoint presentation, is it?
It isn't a PowerPoint presentation, no. I'll just give you a little bit more of an insight into it, and as I said, I'm not trying to sell Akaboom, I just want to give you an idea.
Give me the facts that basically turn it from a PowerPoint presentation, because let's be honest, no one likes those.
No.
So you didn't just buy them an iPad and go, shh.
No.
Go on,
no,
talk.
No.
Tell me.
Okay. Right. The first thing is, which your PowerPoint presentation won't do, is Akaboom sends a confirmation email, nothing radical, I know, but sends a confirmation email to the people that you're going to see. And within that, it gives a very short summary of what people can expect.
Okay.
That's the first thing. Second thing, and it's very, very user-friendly. Second thing is that Akaboom also gives you, I think you're going to like this next bit.
Because I've not been impressed so far.
No, okay, well, get ready.
Hold on tight.
Okay.
Go for it.
For about 20% of the people that you go to see, it gives you their social profiles. So it tells you whether they're on LinkedIn, and it links you through to their Twitter profile, to their Facebook profile. Now, you can imagine, if I was to say to any salesman, 20% of the time, I'm going to be able to tell you this person's favourite football team, what their favourite recipe is, what their social interests are. That's different, and that's more than a PowerPoint.
Yeah, go on. You've got my interest.
Okay, that's pre-valuation. During the valuation, we're able to individually customise when I say we, the Akaboom system, individually customises the presentation. So I would say about 80% of it is generic. 80% of it is generic, and we know that these are the things that people are going to be interested in. But about 20% of it is very specific. So it uses images of the particular town that we're in, that we're coming to represent. It uses information that's pertinent to that individual property in terms of comparisons, which we get via Rightmove and Zoopla. And it really is a lot more individual than a normal PowerPoint. The other thing that it does, which a PowerPoint presentation on its own won't do, is that after the valuation, a summary of that with the personalised details are sent straight through to the people. Now, I really want to emphasise, I'm not saying you've got to make this thing digital. I'm a fan of this system. It's worked really, really well for us. But just review the experience that the vendor's going to have before the valuer goes out there. Review the experience that the...
Because this is surely the icing on the cake. The actual cake, the most important bit is the presentation.
It is.
Good.
But who could resist a little bit of icing on a cake, Chris?
Wow.
Me too.
Is there anything else you want to say about Akaboom?
No.
Good. Should we go to stage 5?
Let's go to stage 5.
And let's give these guys in estate agency land some top tips.
Okay.
On agenda setting, questioning,
Yeah.
on the walk round, presentation of price and featured analysis of benefits, so they can get higher conversion rates.
Okay.
You really are the gift that keeps giving, mate. Well done.